this.
Oh, the words from the pages change your world. Your world, they can change your heart, they can change your mind, they can change your life. Can change your world.
All right, my beautiful people, thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator and founder of the New Black Wall Street. And we're back today with our business Boss Vets business series, where we actually invest in you, the entrepreneur and the entrepreneur, those that are looking to start a business this year and those who are looking to expand on what they already have by offering new products and services to the marketplace. Tonight, we're going to be going through the book, The Execution Pipeline by Anthony Flynn. This is a Black author book. One of the best books I've come across as it relates to business. This is going to be a step-by-step guide on how to turn your business idea from dreams to reality. That's right, how to turn your business idea from dreams to reality. So we get into this book. We're going to get started in just a second. I know there are people that are still lining up and looking to watch and see what we're doing tonight. So please feel free to share. I know we got people on different platforms as well, whether you are in a different group, whether you're on my personal page or anything like that. We're broadcasting live here on Facebook and also YouTube Live as well. Tonight's episode is being sponsored by the Atlanta Black Business Network, and they actually do have a special going on right now, a $10 membership, which is an absolute steal for those that are looking to become a part of a network. Here's the deal, guys. If you want to go far, or if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. So here's what the Atlanta Black Business Network is about. Their vision is this. The vision of Atlanta Black Business Network, or ABBN, is to educate business owners, students, and the community on the importance of community sustainability through business ownership, bringing awareness and uniformity to the African-American community in Atlanta through the use of social media and other strategic outlets. As our organization grows, we welcome individuals, entrepreneurs, established companies, venture capitalists, nonprofits, and other professionals who want to network, team, grow professionally, and affect change in the community. So if any of that sounds like you, and you're in the Atlanta area where you want to go ahead and join the Atlanta Black Business Network, they are doing big things in the Atlanta area. You can be a part of that growth as you work as a team to not only help them, but also to help you. See, here's the deal, guys. You probably have a product or service that you want to bring to the marketplace, or you already have in the marketplace, but you actually need a market. And so if you join a network, then you actually get more eyes on your stuff. And the more eyes you get on your stuff, the more stuff that you can sell. The more stuff that you can sell, the more profits you can bring. And then you can stop just protesting, but you can then protest with your profits. You can stop marching and you can march with your money. You can stop rallying and you can rally with your revenue. That's how you're going to change this whole thing that we got going on in 2017 in the Black economy. But then also we have something else special that's coming up. That was the Atlanta Black Business Network, a special $10 membership. Just go over to www.atlantablackbusinessnetwork.org. www.atlanta. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the comments for you as soon as I can copy and paste. www.atlantablackbusinessnetwork.org. So you can go ahead and join and become a member today. Today, not tomorrow, today. Now, another cool thing they do is that once you become a member, then you have autonomy in the Facebook groups that they have, which I think has about 40,000 members. You have autonomy on their website, which they're going to promote for you as well for $10. I don't know anywhere else where I can spend $10 and they get that type of exposure. For everybody that's watching right now, put in the comments below, exposure. Get that type of exposure where you can put your stuff in front of 40, 50,000 eyes plus some. For $10. I mean, you can't beat that. I don't know how they doing $10, but you better get it while it lasts. Now, another opportunity that you have is going to be on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Wealth Summit. That's right, the Wealth Summit. What's going on here is that there is a virtual Wealth Summit because if you don't know, April is Financial Literacy Month. April is Financial Literacy Month, so there's a Wealth Summit going on for Black folk. Now, here's the deal, guys. There's only a few free seats or spots still available if you want to go ahead and become join the Wealth Summit on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you register, it is also recorded, so you can get the recording as well. So there's no excuse why you don't learn a couple things about money. So here's what you're going to learn at the Wealth Summit on Thursday. You're going to learn about the hidden power of investing. That's going to be from the beautiful Miss Angela Matthews. Miss Latasha Kennard, who is the founder of Young Start Financial Group, something like that. She's going to show you about developing financial systems to help you win in your finances. And then, of course, yours truly, as part of the, Natasha Kennard is the founder of the Millennial Wealth Academy, which is the preparing the next generation for wealth. And she's also the founder of Young Start Financial. And you got me, I'm going to be a guest on the show as well, teaching you guys about how to discovering how to have multiple streams of income. So you think about that for a second. I'm going to learn how to make more money stream into my household. I'm going to learn how to take that money and then make that money or flip that money by investing. And I'm going to also learn some systems that I can use in order to manage my money. That's right. So everybody put in the comments below, earn, invest, and manage. That's right. Earn, invest, and manage. Those three things for free if you sign up soon enough, because I don't know how many seats are still available, but I've gone ahead and highlighted that for you as far as what you need to click on in order to get that. Go ahead and sign up today for Thursday and sign up and get the recording if you need to do that as well. And again, our sponsor today is Atlanta Black Business Network. I want to shout out to them for sponsoring the show today. You get a special $10 membership to have access to over 50,000 people. Put your stuff in front of 50,000 sets of eyes. And then also you have Thursday, you have your Wealth Summit. You get some free seats there. And then for me, of course, ERGJ Enterprise, we do have our Club Miller. We actually do have our 1,030 investment session. If you're learning how to invest, it's a great place for beginners. We're going to be going through the 30 most significant stocks in America, which is going to be companies that you're familiar with. And we just had a big story about Amazon, right? Amazon isn't the Dow 30, but we done helped Jeff Bezos become the second richest man in the world. And I got to ask you, how many of you guys got a check from Amazon? So here's what you learn when you start learning about investing, how to make your money work harder for you than you work for your money. So we'll be going over companies like Nike, Apple, Disney. Basically what we do is we go through these companies on a beginner level to help us uncover investment opportunities. That's right, investment opportunities. So go ahead and put in the comments below, opportunity. Here's the deal, guys. As Black folk, at some point in time, we have to realize that we have to start taking advantage of opportunity. First, you have to be able to see opportunity. That's right. You can't take advantage of anything that you can't see. But then number two, you have to be in a position that you can seize opportunity. At least some of us got to the point where we see it, but we may not have the capital in order to capitalize on it. But you want to put yourself in position. Not only do you see the opportunity, but you also seize the opportunity and you build wealth for not only yourself, but for your children's children. So that's what we got going on. But let's get right into what we're talking about tonight. Again, we're going through the book, The Execution Pipeline. This is our Boss Vest series where we're investing in the entrepreneur and the wantrepreneur. Maybe you're a person that's saying, hey, I really want to get my business started. Well, we're going to help you do that. Maybe a person that's saying, hey, I got a business going, but I need to expand. I need to offer more products and services. Well, this session is for you. It's the Boss Vest Business Series. Yeah, we're going to be talking about tonight how to turn your business idea from dream to reality. So you want to make sure that you have your notes. Because here's the deal, guys. We're not doing this just for fun. We're doing this to help empower you. And I believe the best way you're going to get the most out of tonight is if you're taking notes. For those that are first time here, that is what is going on. Go ahead and make sure you got your notes ready. So as we hop into tonight's session, you can get the most out of it. So let me do a quick recap for those who are new to the show. Of course, you could be watching us anywhere. You could be in Atlanta Black Business Network. You could be in another group. You could be on my personal page. If you want to interact with me directly, then you want to come over to ERGJ Enterprises. That's where we are broadcasting from tonight on Facebook Live. But in this book here, here's where we started. We're in step number 9. To give you a quick recap so you kind of know what this book is all about, as it helps you to really structure your concept or your idea. So we started in chapter 1, where we start talking about developing a focused concept. Developing a focused concept. That was step number 1. You wanted to develop a focused concept. And then number 2, as we moved on in the book, we learned that we needed to measure the concept value. What is the value of your concept? Because many of you guys are going to price yourself too low, but you need to understand the value. And the way that you do that is market research. And then we learned that we wanted to create a long-term vision. We wanted to cast that thing out far. We wanted to think big about what it is that we were looking to do as far as our concept and our idea. Then number 4, you want to shape your short-term mission. This is going to be your steps. This is going to be what's going to fuel you to get to the long-term goal. Then you wanted to craft a strategy. That is so important. Too many people go out because they don't have a plan. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you need to have a strategy. And a lot of different strategies we talked about, we're not going to review them today. And then step number 6, we wanted to learn how to penetrate the market. Once you have your strategy in place, now it's time to figure out a way how you're going to capture market share. And really what that comes down to is, how is what you're doing going to be different than what's already being done? Step number 7, you want to define your success. You wanted to know what success is for you on your venture. Is it 1 item sold, or is it 1,000 items sold? Is it 15 clients helped, or is it 15,000? What is success? What would you define as success in year 1, year 3, year 5, year 10, year infinity? Then you wanted to differentiate your brand. You wanted to figure out what's going to set you apart in what it is that you're looking to do. What makes you so special? What makes you so special? I keep breaking up. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to keep moving on. I got it recorded as well. And then step number 9, you want to develop human capital, and that's where we are today as we're moving through developing human capital. So 58 was where we started at yesterday, which was you wanted to assess your qualifications. And in that chapter, we asked this: are you qualified to deliver on this assignment? Are you qualified to deliver on this assignment? 59 was this: you wanted to evaluate your personal threats. And this is where I think a lot of people mess up. You want to ask this question: could you be in your own way? Could you be your own worst enemy? Could you be keeping yourself from success while you're trying to blame everybody else? You want to evaluate your personal threats. And this is where we'll pick up today as we're going through into step number 60, which is position yourself according to your natural talents or your natural skills. You wanted to position yourself according to your natural skills. Recall once again Bob Shanks' 3 types of people: originators, organizers, and operators. For those that's been following us for a couple of weeks, this goes back to probably chapter 1. We're talking about the originators, the organizers, and the operators. Unless these go in sequential order, the originators are the idea people. See a problem and create a solution. Then the organizers, they add shape and definition to the originator's basic idea. And then finally, the operators give the project its consistency and sustainability. Let's repeat that again. They usually go in these sequential order. The originators, they are the idea people. They see your problem and they create a solution. So as it relates to your concept, are you the originator? Are you the person that saw a problem and you're looking to create a solution for that problem? And then you have the organizers. This might be your skill set. You add shape and definition to the originator's basic idea. Maybe you're not the idea person, but somebody gives you an idea, you can run with it. And then you have the operators. This is the people who actually give the product its consistency and sustainability. They're the ones that do the work, right? So you have the idea person, then you have the manager, and then you have the worker, right? Now, it doesn't mean either one is good or bad. It's just saying these are a part of the process with making a venture or a concept come to life. So ask yourself right now, are you a originator? Are you the organizer? Or are you the operator? Are you the originator? Are you the organizer? Which one best suits your skill set, right? And it's okay, guys, because here's the thing. Everybody thinks they need to be a boss, but that's not true. Everybody does not need to be a boss. There are some people who are going to make great vice presidents. There are some people who are going to make great secretaries. And guess what? When you look at a Fortune 500 company like Amazon, we might talk about Jeff Bezos, but there's 6 other top executives who's rich as well. And so you can ride the coattails of wealth if you understand what's your natural skill set and where you fit into the project. Are you the originator? Or are you better suited to be the organizer, to keep everything together? Or are you better suited to be the operator? Got to ask yourself that. So enlist the help of some close friends and conduct a self-assessment. Calculate what % of each personality type you are. You might be 50% originator and 50% organizer. Or you might be 10% originator, 60% organizer, and 30% operator. Resist the temptation to believe you're 100% of all 3. This is the part where you're going to be taking your notes. You're going to be figuring out, man, where am I on this personality set as it relates to being an originator, an organizer, or an operator? Everybody put that in the comments below. Originator, organizer, operator. All right, you cannot work proficiently in all 3 areas. Determine the one or two categories that you operate in most effectively. Then find an equally committed person. This is important because we talk about teamwork makes the dream work. You got to find an equally committed person who's skilled in the areas you lack. Are you having a hard time finding other committed people that can help you make your vision great, make your concept great, make your business great? Or I would also say this, are you even looking for other committed people who can help your business be great, your concept be great? Let me give you an idea. Let me give you an example. So I recently started a venture where we have the Black Business Home Shopping Network. And so what I do is I partner with other Black businesses where they may have created something, they're the originator, and they may actually have it organized. They got an organizing account, but they need an operator. Who am I? I'm an operator. Well, I'm a couple of things, but I'm more so an operator. In other words, I'm a great salesperson, right? I can sell your stuff for you. So there's some people that they're not good at sales, and that's okay. That's why you hire someone or you partner with someone that is good in sales. So this is why partnership is so important. Everybody put in the comments below strategic partnerships. You need to understand where you're strong, where you're weak, and you need to partner in your areas of weakness. So let someone else be strong where you're weak. So if you're a dominant originator, 60% or more, position yourself where you can spend the majority of your time innovating. If you're a dominant organizer, leave the inventing to the originator and focus on building on the originator's ideas. If you're a dominant operator, set up the right systems, the right metrics, people, and other logistics needed to sustainability. Now, here's the deal. I know quite a few people, man, but I know some people who are trying to operate in a position that they're not. They're trying to operate out of their natural skill set, and that's why they find themselves not having the level of success that they like. So, for example, if you are a very techie person, you don't like to be in front of the camera, you don't like people too much, you probably need to stay in that operator standpoint. You need to deal with the right systems, the metrics, make everything flow, create all the automated stuff, right? But you probably don't need to be the salesperson because you're not the person that wants to be in front of people. So that's why you got to partner somebody. Hey, have you ever thought, I want you to think about this for a second. Have you ever thought about hiring someone to sell your stuff? Instead of just you holding on to your stuff, not selling anything, not making any money, and wondering what's going on. Maybe you're just not a good salesperson. Partner with someone so y'all can get some stuff moving, and then y'all both make money. But I believe that the problem in the Black community is we have pride and ego. I created this thing, it's my idea. I don't trust nobody else. I don't know how to put a deal and a contract together, so I'm going to try to create it, and I'm going to try to sell it so I can keep all the money to myself. And while you're trying to keep all the money to yourself, you're making no money. So the question is, would you rather have 100% of zero or 75% of 100? You got to ask yourself these questions because many of you guys are selling for 100% of zero, and that's getting you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. So respect the other groups, but focus on the tasks most aligned with your personality. If you happen to possess a healthy balance of a couple of these attributes, get in where you fit in, but set up boundaries that remind you to let others lead in the areas of strength, know your role, and lean into your strengths. Know your role and lean into your strengths. So the question that you want to ask yourself as it relates to this section today, are you an originator, an organizer, or an operator? Are you an originator, an organizer, or an operator? And I believe once you figure that out, you'll know where you need to spend most of your time and where you can actually hire or partner in these other areas. And you can begin to move away from just being an entrepreneur. Now you get to a place where you're actually building a business and you become a business owner. Because a business is not just run by one person, okay? You're an entrepreneur, that's cool, you're doing what you got to do. But I want you to start learning how you can strategically partner with other people so that you can actually build a sustaining, strong business. All right, 61, guys, moving to 61 is measure your human capital. Measure your human capital. So while my education supported my path toward entrepreneurship, my life experiences have equipped me most of all. The Gifted Education Foundation has a mission to produce marketplace leaders from low-income communities across America. While many business savvy people could run this organization, I have some personal experiences that elevate my qualification to lead such a movement. I've experienced poverty firsthand, born to a teenage mother and coming from an incredibly fragmented family. I spent my life living in or surrounded by poverty. Many of my current connections directly tied to my upbringing, along with some close family that still lives in these conditions. My past, along with my education, business acumen, and nonprofit leadership gives me an edge on others who might enter the same space. I've chosen to use my background as leverage and continue leaning into it as opposed to running from it. I continue to discover more about myself through reading, taking personality profiles, working with mentors, absorbing executive coaching, and working through rigorous life and personal planning. A number of resources are available to support you on your journey of personal discovery. Everybody put in the comments below personal discovery. For example, the Gallup organization has produced a number of books. I would recommend starting with their Strength Finder series. I took the Strength Finders assessment and learned about my natural behaviors and preferences. To give just one example, people tease about my love for learning as a child. When I took the Strength Finder assessment, I discovered my top strength is input, making me an information sponge. In addition to input, I scored high in analytical, strategic, activator, and woo, winning others over. This knowledge about myself better prepares me to find specific ways I can add value to my community. This knowledge about myself better prepares me to find specific ways I can add value to my community. Take time to discover what makes you tick. Do you know what makes you tick? Do you know what puts you on fire? Do you know what makes you tick? Begin by mapping out your childhood, family lineage, education, training, certifications, books you've read, or anything else that you can find that give you an edge on your path to success. The general knowledge you get from educational, corporate, and other conventional systems won't necessarily reveal the real you. These systems prepare you to learn how to function within their confines and don't necessarily empower you to become self-sufficient. You have to make it a priority to learn about yourself. Everybody put that in the comments below. Make it a priority to learn about yourself. All your life, you've been learning about everything else except yourself. Make it a priority to learn about yourself and the value that you bring. Here's a question that you want to answer as it relates to this section. You want to put this in your notes. You want to take this with you. What unique human capital assets do you offer? What unique capital assets do you offer? And for those that might have an answer to that question tonight, you might want to go ahead and let us know. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. What unique human capital assets do you offer? Too many people don't know what they offer, right? They don't know what gives them a competitive edge. They don't know what makes them special, right? And it's got to be more than a smile and a thigh and some legs, right? What makes you special? What unique human capital assets do you offer? What have you learned? What is it that you do easy that is difficult for everybody else? What unique human capital assets do you offer? See, it's the things that make you unique that people are going to pay you the most for. Let me repeat that again. It's the things that make you unique that people will pay you the most for. Now, I know you're like, how does that work? Well, let me give you an example, okay? If you go to the doctor's office, right, and they say you got a cold or you got a leg contusion, I don't know, right? Are you going to go, if you go to the general doctor, you're probably not going to want to see the general doctor for a broken leg, right? You're going to go and see the specialized doctor. It's the specialized doctor that gets paid more than the general doctor. The general is the jack of all trades. He can just kind of help you common cold. He can take your temperature, but it's the specialized doctor. The thing that makes him unique is he's specialized in some particular trait, some skill set. He's specialized, What do you specialize in? What unique human capital assets do you offer? So Wanda says that she's people skills and mannerisms, right? She says she's a great listener. Is what she get paid to do. Sounds like you might be a counselor, a teacher, a therapist of some sort, because that's all they got to do. All they got to do is listen and take some notes, make a couple comments, and you out the door, right? That's a great listener. You can get paid to be a great listener. Let's not get it twisted, right? Because everybody wants to talk about their problems. Not many of them want to talk about their solutions. So she says she's a social worker, right? What unique capital assets do you offer? Then we'll move on to step number 62, and we'll end the show there. Measure your team's human capital. Now, of course, this would say that you have a team, right? That you're not just working solo dolo, that you actually are starting to build a team. You're starting to understand that it's going to take teamwork for your dream to work. And you've been probably doing it alone for quite too long. And I understand why, right? Because it takes a while to get the people out of your life in order for you to succeed. So when you first start in business, you still got those same broke folk, the same folk that want you to go back and work for the man, the same people that don't have vision that are still in your circle. And so as you mature in business, you start to understand the people you need to hang out with, like the ABB network, or versus the people you don't need to hang out with, the people that have no vision. So that's what happens in your first year, 2 years in business. You got to start getting away from the people that's holding you down and start flying with the eagles with people and networks that'll help you get to where you want to go. That's why the Atlanta Black Business Network is so important, because it's going to put you in the places that you couldn't go by yourself. Let me repeat that again. They'll put you in places that you could not go by yourself. Might be a strategy there that you want to employ. So you want to measure your team's human capital. Mature leaders assess not only themselves, but also their leadership team. Many leaders focus so much on what's in it for them that they fail to cultivate the talents of those they work with. You have to determine whether you want to see subtraction, addition, or multiplication as it pertains to the growth and expansion of your venture. Some products or concepts offer enough on their own to keep average workers. Those workers will stay on board as long as they get a steady paycheck and see some progress. The progress you'll see will probably be simple addition, a steady but slow growth. On the other hand, if you want to make the shift from leading followers to leading leaders, if you want to make the shift from leading followers to leading leaders, if you want to make the shift from leading followers to leading leaders, you'll need to invest in your personal growth as well as the growth of your team members. When development becomes your priority, everybody put in the comments below, development is my priority. When development becomes, and this is true whether you have a business or not, wherever you are in life right now, if you make development, your personal development, a priority, you will be amazed at how much money you will attract into your life. If you just make personal development a priority in your life, you take control of your own development, right? You don't wait on someone else to say, hey, here's what you can learn today, Johnny. No, you say, here's what I'm going to go learn, right? My mentor says this. He says that formal education will make you a living, and a living is good. That means that you're just a follower. But it's self-education that'll make you a fortune. What are you willing to learn and go do outside of what everyone else is doing so that you can build your fortune? How many people do I have watching right now saying, you know what, I'm going to build my fortune? Matter of fact, you're saying, hey, I might be working full-time on my job, but I'm working part-time on my fortune. And how do you do that? That's personal development. So if you're here and you're saying, I'm working on my fortune, go ahead and put in the comments below, #fortune. How do you do that, guys? It's going to be through your priority of personal development. It is so much more. You can increase your capacity so much more if you just focus on personal development. Go learn what you want to learn. And then when you learn it, turn around and teach it to somebody else and make some money. So when development becomes your priority, you'll experience multiplication at a much faster growth. Talent won't be enough on its own. You'll have to invest in those with talent. Your concept might have the potential to revolutionize the industry, but it will never take off without the right people to execute it. Do whatever it takes to recruit, train, and retain great talent. And this is where a lot of these big companies, a lot of these companies that are going out of business right now, they did not take this heed. They did not just recruit, they did not train, they did not retain great talent. They were cheap when it came to paying the best people in their organization. They find themselves now going out of business. Do whatever it takes to recruit, to train, and to retain great talent. See, I always think about it like this, like the communications companies, the cell phone companies. They do whatever it takes to get a new customer, but they won't do whatever it takes to keep the customer that they already have. They've got a flawed philosophy as it relates to customer retention. Again, they'll do whatever it takes. They'll give the discount away for free to get a new customer, but they won't do whatever it takes to keep the customer that's already paying their bill on a monthly basis. I think that's a screwed up philosophy. I think you should do whatever it takes to keep the person that's already paying your bills, right? It's cheaper to keep them, right? You still do what's necessary. You do your sales and stuff like that to attract new customers. But my God, keep the stuff that you already have and you'll continue to eat. Here's the question I want to ask as it relates to this section here, and we'll finish right here, guys. What unique human capital assets does your team offer? It's the question you want to put down in your notes, the question you want to answer and think about tonight. First, you got to ask yourself, do I have a team? If not, you need to start developing a team. Right? And I would say this, if you don't have a team, it's not because of everybody else, it's because of you. You think everybody else is the problem, but no, it's you. You think it's everybody else, but no, it's you. You're not a team player. That's why you don't have a team. You're not friendly. That's why you don't have friends. You think it's everybody else, but no, it's you. Now, let me help you out with this a little bit. How do you build a team? Well, here's the best way that I found how to build a team. All you have to do is focus on the 10 in that someone else. Everybody is a 10 in some area. I don't care who you are, right? You may not be a 10 as far as a president, but you could be a 10 as far as a treasurer, right? You could be a 10 as far as a secretary. You could be a 10 as far as a janitor. I don't know what you're 10 at, but everybody is a 10 in some area. If you just focus on where these people are, these people that's in your life, what area are they a 10 at? It's going to be easy for you to build a team because you'll put people in the right places. The place where you get wrong is you try to put people who are not a 10 in some area and you try to put them into some position just because you need the position filled. And then you wonder why you're having problems in that area because you're hiring people where they don't need to go. Take time to figure out, where are you a 10 at? What area are you a 10 at? And if you focus on that for every person that you come across, you'll never have a problem filling positions and working with people. Right? There's a great book that says how to influence, how to win friends, influence friends, something like that. I think it's Carnegie. Might need to read that book. If you are not working with a team right now and you are an entrepreneur, the problem is you. Stop trying to cast blame. Stop talking about you can't find good people. No, you're not a good person yet. Right? When you become a good person, you attract good people. Right? Who are you attracting into your life? You might want to ask that. So what unique human capitals does your team offer? Right? So tonight we've talked about developing human capital. You wanted to, step number 60, you wanted to position yourself according to your natural skills. And you want to ask yourself, put in your notes, are you an originator, an organizer, or an operator? Where do you fit on that scale? What is your percentages for one? Which one are you dominant at? Number two, you want to measure human capital. You want to ask yourself this, what unique human capital assets do you offer? And then number three, you wanted to measure your team's human capital. And you want to ask this question, what unique human capital assets does your team offer? And I would say again, if you don't have a team, you're not building with a team, the problem is you. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. Teamwork makes the dream work. And that's what we're doing here on the Boss Vest Business Series. This is called teamwork, taking the time to empower you, partnering with other organizations like the Atlanta Black Business Network. That's our sponsor tonight, Atlanta Black Business Network. They have a special going on right now where you can get a membership with them for $10. You want to go ahead and sign up for that, just simply go to www.atlantablackbusinessnetwork.org, and you can just partner with a group and a network that's going to put you into the eyes of about 50,000 people. I don't know about you, but I like ready-made networks, and I like to see what type of value that I can bring to a community that's already there for me. And also, we talked about another partnership where it's called a teamwork makes the dream work. We have the Wealth Summit on Thursday. That's going to be where you can come and you can learn about how to discover multiple streams of income, how you can learn about the power of investing, and how you can develop a financial system to help you win in your finance. Now, here's the deal, guys. On Thursday at 7 p.m., you have the opportunity to get a free seat right now. I don't know how many free seats are still left, but I don't know about you. But it's a financial literacy month. I want to get my seat at the table. That's right. I want to change the conversation and start talking about how to build wealth instead of talking about how I can spend all of my money. Then I also mentioned to you guys, this is just something that we do in Club Millie. We do this each and every week where we're meeting to learn about how to make our money work harder for us than we work for it. And the problem in the Black community is that we've learned how to spend, but we have not learned how to keep. And because we have not learned how to keep, we have no idea how to invest. Well, we're changing that by having conversations about investments on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, we do it so much that we find that we don't have enough time to talk about all the opportunities. When you start talking about the Dow 30 and Bitcoin and marijuana and foreign exchange and oil and Africa and Punch TV Studios, I can go on and on and on. But the whole point is to help the beginner to get started. That is what we formed our group for, and that's what we want to help you to do. All you got to do is just join us on Wednesday for the Dow 30 investment session, and we'll make sure you get all the information that you need. I don't think I put that link in the comments below. Let me do that right now. But you go to www.ergj.net. That's where you can get that information. Of course, you can find me at ERGJ Enterprises. That is my business, and I want to know a little bit more about you and your business. So go ahead and send me a message. Let me know what you do, and we'll figure out a way that we can partner together to make the dream work. Well, guys, this is ERGJ. I want to make you aware of a couple things, but before we go, I'd like to know from you, what are your takeaways tonight? I always like to do this, guys, because we didn't just come here for nothing. They didn't come here to just watch and be entertained. What we did, we came together to empower one another, and I'd like to know, what did you learn tonight? What did you take away tonight? What are you going to be working on over the next day or two until we have our next session? Because, again, this is the Boss Vest Business Series, where we're investing in the entrepreneur and the wantrepreneur. We want to make sure that you got something out of tonight. Now, while you're typing, because I know that you type a little faster than I talk a little faster than you type, I want to let you know something else that we got going on. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. is the Money Empowered Talk Show. That's something that I host. And what we got the opportunity to do now is I can actually bring on 3 different guests, and you can join the show with me. So if you're a person that wants to talk about economics, you want to talk about money, you want to talk about power, you want to talk about investments, you want to talk about what's going on in the world of money, then you want to join the show, and I can go ahead and bring you on, and you can go be a guest on the show. You can talk about your business. We can highlight you, see what you do. You got another opportunity to put yourself out into the world and let people know a little bit more about you. Well, you do have an opportunity tomorrow at 7 a.m. That'll be on the ERGJ Enterprises site as well. I was just waiting to see if we had any more comments as it relates to what you learned tonight. If not, we're gonna close this show out. And we went through the book, The Execution Pipeline by Anthony Flynn, How to Turn Your Business Idea from Dreams to Reality. And I just want to remind you guys of this, man, that it takes a village, but it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. You guys have a good night.